We're at the men's basketball offices here at Morehead State University, and we're meeting with first-year head coach Sean Woods. And today is an exciting day as we announce the 2012-2013 men's basketball schedule. And Coach, as always, thanks for your time. You know, in the short time you've been here at MSU, you've said frequently, both behind closed doors and publicly, that you'll play anybody using any location at any time. If you could just talk about your scheduling philosophy, previous stops that you've made, and kind of your vision moving forward here at Morehead State.
Well, first of all, the reason why I say that is because I'm used to it. I did it at Mississippi Valley not because I wanted to at the beginning, it's because I had to, because of the money purposes, things like that, to generate funds. And then I grew callous to it a little bit and started to like it because my vision there was the same here, to uplift and take the program to places that it had never been before, and to make it a household name in college basketball. And I think the way you do that is not only just winning, but how you're winning and who you're winning and who you're beating. And there's a lot of good mid-major teams out there who have great records, who win 20, 21 games a year, but you never hear about them until the NCAA tournament because they never play anybody that has merit. Two, they're never on television. And, you get to that upper echelon by beating some of the teams that you hear about all the time. I try to gimmick myself to like the Butler of Gonzaga, or St. Mary's. How they got to where they are, they started playing people, getting their name out there. People here, at Morehead, you're never going to compete against the University of Kentucky, University of Louisville, but you still can make your own niche. Butler didn't go out trying to beat Indiana or beat Purdue as far as a popularity contest was concerned. But what they did was they went out and carved their own niche strategically, and now that's the reason why they are who they are. The same with Gonzaga and the same with St. Mary's. So I just want to continue to do that. I started on that path at Mississippi Valley and we had it going. Then I got an opportunity to come back to the state of Kentucky and coach at Morehead, which was a great opportunity for me. And I want to do the same thing here. I want to put Morehead on the map and make it a household name, and not to go beg people, especially student athletes in the state of Kentucky. I want student athletes in the state of Kentucky to want to come play for Morehead, to have pride about coming to Morehead instead of being, okay, nobody else wants me, but I'm good enough to go to Morehead. I don't want those type of kids where we feel that we owe them to come here and play for us. That's not the deal. I want them to want to come play for Morehead, and our deal is, and my job is here to make it attractive enough to make kids want to come play here. Just like, we recruiting some kids right now who are begging for Butler to come recruit them. That drives me up a wall. I want to be in a position to where, kids want Morehead to come recruit them. And, it starts with winning, of course, and painting a picture of, if you come to Morehead, you're still going to be in that same game. You're going to play in a high-profile game. The atmosphere here is electric. That's the type of deal that we want to build. And I thought Donnie Tyndall was starting to do that. And I just want to pity back and continue the success of what he was trying to do and take it a little step further.
Your non-conference slate in Mississippi Valley State last year was incredible. I mean, top 25 school after top 25 school, a lot of guarantee games, lots of environments with 15 to 20,000 people in the stands going nuts. As you look back on that, and just hit a couple of the highlights, if you would, before we really get into the MSU schedule this year. But I think it'd be mind-boggling for people to look up that schedule last year and see who all you played.
Well, I tell you what, it was a great opportunity for me and my players. First of all, it was a great recruiting tool because it allowed me to get some kids that I was able to beat out the Moreheads and some mid-major teams at a little school like Mississippi Valley on players because I sold the schedule. Everybody dreams of playing in the big time, but everybody doesn't schedule the big time. Right. Your first 12 games, you're playing in the Taj Mahals of college basketball, from Kentucky to Florida to North Carolina to, all the top teams in the country. And you get to play in those same games. And instead of being on the bench or getting 4 or 5 minutes a game, you're in there 25, 30 minutes a game, and everybody wants to be a pro, Now you're getting your opportunity to play against 5 to 10, 12 NBA scouts every night for your first 12 games. So, no, that's a great opportunity, and it gave me a great opportunity to hone my skills on going and coaching against some of the best college coaches in the country. So I got something out of it too. Now I don't have to do that, like we did, at that reckless pace of playing 12 straight games against all the top teams in the country. But we can pick and choose teams that we are evenly matched with that have a chance of upsetting at their place now, instead of doing it because we have to do it for monetary reasons. So I'm fortunate, to be working for Brian Hutchison, who has a great vision, and he and I are on the same page as far as that is concerned. And we're putting our minds together to take this to that type of a level of a Butler and a Gonzaga, because even though they're mid-majors, they're still household names now in college basketball, and that's what we want to make Morehead.
Sean Woods, the new head men's basketball coach, is with us today on MSUEagles.com. And Sean, your team will open at the Barclays Center Classic, a brand new NBA arena in Brooklyn, facing Long Island on November 9th. That's part of a doubleheader, as Kentucky and Maryland will play in the other game. I know that's going to be exciting for your kids to play in an NBA venue.
Oh, no doubt about it. And, it goes back to me at Mississippi Valley. It gives you an opportunity to play on a pro floor. How many teams get to do that? Second of all, you're playing against a team that, you have a chance of winning, which is very refreshing to me. But then we got Maryland at Maryland, and then Kentucky at Kentucky. So then reality sets in a little bit. But Morehead gives me an opportunity to, because of the success we had at Mississippi Valley, to recruit better players. That gives me a chance to be more competitive in those type of situations. So I'm looking forward to it big time.
The ACC is obviously one of the top basketball conferences in the country, highly respected, and you mentioned that date at Maryland on November 12th, one of two BCS-level opponents on the schedule this year. Just your thoughts on going into a true road game there against a high-quality opponent.
Oh, well, that's what you want. You want to give your kids an opportunity to play against the best. Everybody wants to play against the best, but what I'm going to tell my guys is, hey, they tie their shoes up just like ours, just like us. And, I think my staff and I have done a great job of assembling some good talent enough to be competitive in those type of situations now, more so than I had at Mississippi Valley, and I thought we were pretty good as far as talent-wise.
You said at the press conference you want to let people know you're Sean Woods, the head basketball coach at Morehead State, and not the former player at the University of Kentucky. But you will return to Rupp Arena the night before Thanksgiving, and I'm sure that'll be special for you and your family and friends. But I guess once the ball goes up in the air, you've got a job to do, and you're obviously with Morehead State that night.
Without a doubt, it's fun. I'm very, very blessed to do something that I love to do, and to go back into Rupp, where it all started for me, as far as people knowing who I am in the state of Kentucky, is always a great feeling and a blessing. So I'm looking forward to it. They're young, we're inexperienced, but it's going to be fun.
Wanted to hit on kind of a regional rivalry game that returns to the slate this year. Your team will travel to Marshall, and I know they in future seasons will be coming here to Johnson Arena. But just your thoughts on a Conference USA opponent an hour down the road. That game takes place on November the 28th.
Well, I think it's great. I commend Brian and Marshall's AD for doing that, because anytime, the more rivalry games you can get, the better. It's great for the fans. It brings electricity to students. It's an opportunity to have bragging rights, and that's what college athletics is all about. And this is just another opportunity for us to go out and compete against a school that's in a pretty good conference.
Staying with the Conference USA theme, I'm sure a date that a lot of Eagle fans have circled on their calendars in between Christmas and New Year's, December 28th. Donnie Tyndall and his staff now at Southern Miss will return here to Johnson Arena, and I know that'll be special for a lot of people around here, and another opportunity for you guys to play against a quality opponent.
Oh, no doubt about it, and it'll be great for Donnie to come in here too. He had great success here. This is his first head coaching job, and the people here like him, and he's never going to forget his first head coaching job at his alma mater. And for him to come back, and for our players who played for him to play against him, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a bittersweet situation, but at the end of the day, Donnie Tyndall's the head coach at Southern Miss now, not at Morehead State. So he's still an enemy. So we got to try to take care of business in that night.
Should have mentioned from the beginning, the 31-game slate this year, by my count, features 13 dates against postseason teams from last season. That's nearly half of the games. And that, as we segue into the Ohio Valley Conference schedule, that includes Tennessee State and obviously Murray State, who were part of postseason play last year. So obviously a challenging situation as you get into conference play. And as I look at my notes here, Tennessee Tech was also in postseason play. So I know the Ohio Valley Conference is new to you, but I know you've talked to a lot of people. You've always said college basketball coaches follow college basketball. I mean, it's that simple. And I know you're looking forward to your first season in the OVC.
Oh, without a doubt. And, the OVC is a very, very competitive conference. I think we were, RPI-wise, we're rated like 13 best conferences in the country now, so it's moving up. It's got some of the, best up-and-coming coaches in the country. You got probably the best guard in the United States in Isaiah Canada down at Murray State. So, 2 years ago you had Kenneth Fareed, who was a first-round pick, who's all-rookie team with the Denver Nuggets. So this conference is stepping up, as far as coaches and also players. So it's going to be very, very competitive, and, we're up for the challenge, and I'm looking forward to it.
There are 8 home dates in the Ohio Valley Conference portion of the season. As you referenced, Murray State, they were nationally ranked when they came to Johnson Arena. They'll return here to Morehead on February the 20th. Your thoughts on kind of the way that the conference schedule is structured? Typically, it's a Thursday night followed by either a Saturday afternoon affair or a Saturday night game. Is that good from a coaching standpoint and a team standpoint?
Well, it's a little similar, coming from the Southwestern Athletic Conference, we're playing Saturdays and Mondays.
Okay.
So, you play Saturday, you only got one night to prepare for the next game on Monday. Here, you play Thursday, you got one night to prepare and play on Saturday. So it's the same deal. It's just, instead of Monday, we play on Thursday. That's just part of the day. I wish we can play every team twice, but that because of the number of teams that we have in our league, it's hard to do that. But, it's interesting. It's different. But I don't have a lot of experience in that yet, so I can't voice a major opinion on the situation until I go through 1 year of it.
Morehead State will be part of the 6-team East Division, which includes new OVC member Belmont this year. And then the West Division, your team will play either home or road, and against the division opponents, you'll play home and road. So it'll be twice against the East Division and one time each against the West Division opponents. I want to get a final comment from you kind of about the Ohio Valley Conference tournament. Again, you haven't gone through it as a coach. The SWAC tournament last year was very special for you and your team, and gave you an opportunity to be on the big stage in the NCAA tournament after winning that. But your thoughts kind of on 4 consecutive days of games and a neutral location down in Nashville?
Well, looking forward to it. First of all, let me get through the regular season.
Right,
I can tell you what I think about the tournament. So,
sure.
I'm like a kid in a candy store. I'm excited, but I'm staying humble. But I'm hungry, and this is another opportunity for me and my staff to go out and prove ourselves. And not only that, my biggest deal is to bring as much pride and much excitement to Morehead basketball. I think this institution deserves it. I think they're thirsting for it. And we want to give them something to be proud of. And we're going to work our butts off from bell to bell to make that happen.
The people here in the athletic department see how incredibly hard you and your staff have been working to this point, and there's so much work to be done. And you talk about selling the sizzle, and you talk about organized chaos and a lot of things that get people excited about the season. But as a final comment, if you kind of had a message to the Eagle fans here in Eastern Kentucky, what would that be?
The deal is just like anything. Don't wait till it happens. Join it while it's in progress, so you can have more pride and say I was there when it first started. That's the message that I want to get out to all the Morehead State fans. Come see us now. If my staff and I can take a little small school like Mississippi Valley and turn it into something, with you all's help, we can really do some special things. But I need you right now, hitting the ground running with us. That's great. Sean Woods, the head basketball coach here at Morehead State. And once again, the full schedule available on MSUEagles.com. And Coach, we thank you for your time. We'll be checking in with you frequently as we get ready for the season. No doubt about it.